Then it gets to the next year, 1969, and then the murders started happening quite frequently. Some of them were days apart, some of them were 4, 5 weeks apart.
Always found in public, too?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And almost always there was some indication of getting in a car or hitchhiking or something like that, and then being found in an area usually north of town. What happened was the final murder in this area, because there was at least one in California during this time too. Karen Beineman was walking and she got picked up by someone on a motorcycle. They later found out he had asked at least 7 women in broad daylight to get on that motorcycle before the 8th one relented. She was new to campus and he's clean cut, and I just think it must have seemed harmless or no way. That murder, they found out, ended up occurring at his state policeman uncle's house in the basement while the family was on vacation. When they came back home, he did report to superior officers that there was things missing in the basement, weird stains, and he had at least begun to suspect John in the weeks prior as the police started focusing in on him. But I do want to say, I think primarily responsible for his capture was some basic but shrewd police work by a guy named Larry Mathewson, who has since passed but is featured prominently in my film. And he was a detective for EMU, and he got tasked to walk around and look at motorcycles on campus. And he remembered, he thought, I was driving past that intersection and I recognized that guy because he's in another frat and he was talking to some girl on his motorcycle. So he went over there, and the situation was shady, and the license plate on the motorcycle was bent up like this, like there was a crease, so you could tell that somebody had been messing with it so that it couldn't be identified. And he was buying new license plates. A likely accomplice of his walked in and said, "Here are your new license plates." So he, I guess, to me, unlike many others who looked at Collins, didn't seem fooled by his appearance or the clean cutness and just said, well, things are pointing towards this guy. So he looked at his work records. He took pictures to witnesses around the wig shop that he had stopped at with Karen Beineman. And then essentially everything just led to John, and they started surveilling him, and that coincided with Corporal Like coming home and finding things amiss in his basement. So that led to his capture.